Hey guys, welcome to a brand new tutorial on Kubernetes. Let's get started. What is Kubernetes? Well, a simple definition would be it's called a container management system. And what does it do? It enables you to run and manage containerized applications inside a cluster. Let's see what the origin of the word Kubernetes itself. It's actually derived from the word Greek word that stands for helmsman, pilot, or a governor. Let's also look at who the founders are. We have three people: Joe Beda, Brendan Burns, and Craig McLuckie. These three people were the actual founders who created the Kubernetes. And right now, if you see, all the three people are no longer part of Google. Joe Beda is working for VMware, whereas Brendan Burns works for Microsoft Azure, and Craig McLuckie is actually the current VP of R&D in VMware. Let's also look at the history of Kubernetes. It was originally designed by Google, however, it's currently being maintained by CNCF. It is heavily influenced by the Google Spark system, which is a cluster manager. And the code name for Kubernetes was actually Project 7 when it was created in Google. It is actually a reference to the Star Trek character, 7 of 9. Even the logo of the Kubernetes is actually derived from the name, the code name, the Project 7, because it's got 7 spokes on the wheel. Borg was written in C++, whereas Kubernetes is currently written in the Go language. That's about the history of Kubernetes. Let's look at the different ways we could go ahead and install Kubernetes. Primarily, there are two distinct ways. One is on the cloud itself, and the other one is through the on-prem. When it comes to the cloud, we've got the Play with K8s, where you get a 4-hour free lab with the Kubernetes cluster. And of course, if you've got access to Amazon, you've got access to EKS cluster. And when it comes to Azure, we got AKS, and Google we got GKE, and of course Oracle we got OKE. But however, if you want to have an on-prem setup or a local desktop setup, we have multiple options. The most commonly used ones are specified at the very top. We've got the most common Docker desktop with Kubernetes. So we have an option to go ahead and enable the Kubernetes for the Docker desktop. And the other most commonly used way of setting up a Kubernetes cluster on your local system is your Minikube. We've got the ways of doing this. We've got we can use Vagrant to set up a Kubernetes cluster. We can also use K3s, which is a production-ready deployment, but pretty much a miniature version of distribution of Kubernetes. We've got also Kind, wherein which you can install Vagrant. We can install Kubernetes within Docker as a way. We've also got K3s, which does a similar thing. We also got Footloose, which also does a similar thing. We can have separate dedicated videos for each one of the installations. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. Of course, that concludes the introduction for Kubernetes. Thank you.